Hello, I'm Athara Deshmukh, roll number 2101 CS14, and this is the recording of all my live lab assignments. Assignment 1, we have to implement symmetric encryption, and we have to do that using AES 256 encryption. The code that I'll show implements the AES encryption and just goes over all the points mentioned in the doc. So this is the code for AES encryption, and my input text is I am Atharva, and I'll run this AES.py over this input text. A ciphertext is generated. If you look at it, uh, you have the key, you have the initialization vector encrypted text. Here is encrypted text, decrypted, and all the time that it took, and the GPU utilization and CPU utilization and all those things, and the decrypted text at the end. I'm Atra Deshmukh. So this is tute number one, where I implement symmetric encryption using AES. Next, next is implementing asymmetric encryption. It is implemented using RSA. And again, as similar to the symmetric encryption, we have to show the following implementation. I'll go over to 02. Yeah, so now to 02. Here again, we have RSA.py, which will give an input pair, generate a private and public key, and encrypt based on that. So, and here you can see the encrypted messages. My name is Atra Deshmukh. I'll run this RSA file. As you can see, a public key and a private key has been generated. You can see the diamond, you can see the key and N values, EDN, and the original message is my name is Athar Deshmukh and below is the encrypted message. And the same message is then decrypted and we get the same message back. So this is a tute number 02. Moving on to assignment 03. Here we have to make a password validator with given certain uh, constraints. We have to validate if the given password is valid or not. And if it's invalid, we return what's wrong in the password. So this is the third tutorial. Here there's a validator.py. This set checks on a small sample of passwords and tells which password is wrong and what is the mistake that the password has. For for a given list, for a given text list which contains multiple passwords, there's input.txt, and if we run file validator, it will check all the input files. I'm running the validator.py to show how it transfers all small sample of passwords. As you can see, we have elephant 1 to 4, who to 1, who to exclamation blank space, all these things. You can see this is valid, this is invalid, and the reason is given that missing uppercase letters and all those things. So this validator.py will tell which password is right and wrong, and this is the main function. As I said, this input.txt has multiple passwords. If you're in file validator.py, it will just open the list, open the text list, and apply the same function. So it's the same thing. Moving on to lab assignment 4. Here we have to create a hash function which using SHA-2256, which will register a username and password and store it in a hash. And this will be a register. This will be a register and login feature where a user can register when at that time the hash will be calculated and stored. And in the login, the hash will be recomputed and checked with the stored hash. So this is lab 04. And this is the code for it. Since I want to register, I'll click register. My username would be, let's say, just Atharva. and my password would be EST. So user is registered. Now I'll try logging in. I'll type one name again. I entered it wrong. You can see that the login is successful and the code is working correct. This basically creates a hash when I'm registering and stores the hash in the backend. And when I'm trying to log in, it again based on the username and password, it again generates a hash and checks with the hash that while I was registering. So if the comparison is correct, then I'm logged in. So this is tutorial 034. Moving on to lab assignment 05, where I have to do user authentication and access control. For that, I'll have to move on to Windows. So I'll show it there. This is the code demonstration for 5. Now we'll move on to XAMPP and we'll start the Apache server and the MySQL server. I've hosted a small site. Here, this is a register page where there's a create an account. I'll create an account. Uh, and a password for that. Now I register. It says that registration is successful and now I can log in. Uh, I'm already on the login page, so I'll just I'll enter my Gmail. So as you can see, this is my user and I'm just a viewer. And this is the student information that was already in the database. So there's a student name, student called Athara Deshmukh with these credentials, and I can just view these credentials and can't do anything else. Now what I'll do is I'll log into the admin. Uh, if you log into the admin, you can see that then I can see the student information. I can edit it, delete it, and add a new student. At the same time, I can run a SQL query to get a consolidated information of all the students. At the same time, I can manage multiple users. So you can see here that there's one user admin that I'm running now, and the other Atharva with atharva@gmail.com that I just created. You can see the rules here as well. There's a viewer. I can change the rules. See here, Atharva is just a viewer. Now I'll try to make him an editor and click on the update button. So you can see user will update successfully. Now back to dashboard. You can see that Athara Deshmukh has this age and all those things. I can try and edit this as well. And you can edit it, save it accordingly. It will be saved. Now, now I'll go to the old atharva@gmail.com and we'll see if the rule edit has all actually happened. So now, as you can see, atharva@gmail.com is not just a viewer, but an editor as well. And I can edit the student's information. So here is a roll number name. It's the same edit page that we saw before. I can, let's say I'll edit the age from 22 to 21. And update student. So as you can see, the age has been updated. The prompted as that student has been updated successfully. I can add new students. This also button popped up. It wasn't there before. So this is Qt 5 where we show the framework where I can edit. When there's a Apache server database, and I can edit. Uh, and there are multiple user names. Now we'll move on to Lab 06. Lab 06 is about access control for distributed systems and access control using JWT. So JWT is JSON Web Tokens. For this, we'll run Node package manager and run the code that we've set up here using Node.js. So I've hosted a site for this where you can see how the JWT is working and how we get the authorization token. So this is a simple interface that I've created. Here's my email address and a password. There's a register page as well. Where if you click, it'll open up a register page where I've registered this account and I'm trying to sign in now. And at the same time, we'll open the terminal to check the networks page. So if I click sign in, you see that a token grant type password file has been created. If you click on that, and the headers and all those things responses pop up. If you check, here is an authorization token, bearer and this token. So this is the JWT token that has been created that will be used for my authorization. If you want to see that if I reload, I'm still logged in. So this means that JWT is active and I can stay here for a longer period of time because of the authorization token that has already been set up. So this is Lab 06, where I show access control using JWT. Thank you for the assignments. Thank you.